Hello guys. So we are going to start to talk about these conclusions of our job. With Gina, we are going to pass some specials of image that show how it's that the globalization has been affected to all this world of the 21st century. So we hope you like it. So the world is increasingly defined into international teams where the cooperation to achieve development and the industrialization in order to improve the quality of life of the population are decisive and important factors. Throughout the history, different events have occurred that have influenced development in the economy, political, social, and cultural and environment actually aspects of the states, the nations, and the countries. It's thanks to the study of the globalization, the geopolitics, and the geostrategy that you can analyze and understand all the cause and the consequences that are considered into these all the factors that are happening into the world. Geopolitics is the study of the influence of a geographic space on states and their politics. From the geostrategy that it's a field of geopolitics and includes the means of the achieve the geopolitical objects, focus on political and military. For its part, globalization is the process by means of which allows the interactions and integration of the people, companies, and governments between different parts of the world. Thanks to the globalization, the process of integration and communication between different nations have been facilitated. Geopolitics allows the analysis for the development of the states by studying how much influence the characteristics of the territory have in the policies of the leaders and rulers in order of guarantee security, well-being and development, and the geostrategy allows through different strategies to optimize all the resources of the state, exerting in the power and influence over others in order to achieve its own objectives based on a national ideology.
Now we can take these definitions and characteristics and bring them to the analysis of the situations that present the true obsolescence. This is described as a phenomenon that has allowed the growth and development of a consumer culture around the world, which encourage people to acquire products faster because they are manufactured to have a shorter shelf life. According to the book Spent by Geoffrey Miller, in which he tries to explain consumer psychology and consumer capitalism, where he mentions that when people buy something, they usually do it not for the object itself, but to transmit a message to their peers for reason of social status. The history and background of the issue have allowed us to exemplify how the influence of the most developed countries in several aspects affect the internal politicals of others in a lower global position, as well as the use of strategic alliances to control a situation in specific, like the Phoebus cartel, generating greater pressure, dominance, and control in markets worldwide. It is necessary to make the difference between structural obsolescence and perceived obsolescence, where the first one refers to the disuse of a good as it ceases to function, forcing people to acquire a new one, while perceived obsolescence focuses more in psychological field, where the consumer decides to substitute a product for another that has just come to the market, is more modern, has more innovation, and has better attributes than the previous one. This is closely linked to the issue of marketing and control that big companies want to exert on their consumers to encourage them to buy, not because the product stopped working, but because they want to be in line with market trends. Many people see structural obsolescence as a serious problem for the world. Others see it as an opportunity for growth and development.
Significant advantages include improving people's quality of life, economic growth in countries, as well as greater investment and innovation development. On the other hand, program obsolescence contributes to global warming and the constant generation of toxic waste, mainly in a technological aspect. The latter can be seen mainly in the amount of waste generated by the more developed and industrialized countries and how it affects the underdeveloped countries, since they are the target of all this technological waste.
The World Bank predicted a 70% increase in the amount of garbage by 2025. This institution claims that you cannot build a livable and sustainable city without an efficient waste management system. One of the most affected countries is Ghana, because in this country is where arrives most of the EU's technological products, coming from Europe, USA, and China. The reason is because of the lack of legislation to regulate these imports. In addition, for the United Nations Commissioner for Human Rights said that traders declare the damaged devices as used to avoid the high cost of recycling in their countries of origin. This is the reason why it has been encouraged the use of new terms and practices aiming at the care and conservation of the environment. One of these terms is the circular economy that consists of designing products without waste, products that facilitate their disassembly and reuse. Its practical application both to economic systems and to industrial processes have been increasing mainly as a result of the efforts of a small number of academics and business and opinion leaders. One of the organizations related to this area is the Phoenix Foundation, Sustainable Energy and Innovation Foundation without scheduled obsolescence, which was born in Spain with the commitment to contribute to the elimination of scheduled obsolescence, the conservation of natural resources, focused on finding a change towards an economic and social model based on sustainability, respect for the environment and people, nationally and internationally. This foundation has created the ESOP, Sustainable Innovation Without Scheduled Obsolescence (SEAL), which certifies companies that are committed to respect the environment and promoting a sustainable economic model.
So we see how at the global level countries can relate, interact and create strategic alliances to regulate a market, generally seek their own benefits and promote the policies in their territories, as well as in another countries. So we have seen in this case of program obsolescence, globalization, geopolitics, and geostrategy have a great influence of the decision making of states and allow countries to achieve the expected results from an economy, political and social culture, taking into account the geographic relationship between them, looking for a position both political and commerciality.